Hi Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 21st to the 31st, 2018 reading for you. Now, I've already shuffled and meditated upon the cards, so we're going to see what these 10 days have in store for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Okay, and if you would like to book a private reading with me, all that information, oh, there you are, will be in the description box below. You're coming through strongly here, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. You have 3 major arcana cards, which are, you know, they're divine cards. I think of them almost as karmic cards. And you definitely have a bit of karma coming in here. It's nothing to be afraid of. Don't sit there and look at the Tower and the 3 of Cups and think, oh my gosh, this is absolutely terrible. It's not. It's just a warning, and forewarned is forearmed, as they say. So that's very good. But you are having happiness, and you're answering the call within yourself. After a time, I really think of just being overwhelmed. It's almost as if the cards are saying, you know, you have to still watch out for some jerks, especially with the 3 of Cups, because that's how I read the 3 of Cups. But you are moving forward in your own personal power. I mean, you're coming up as the Queen of Pentacles, which is just absolutely beautiful. In the Page of Pentacles, learning about your wealth, your prosperity, your joy, and your happiness, and making this kind of your life's mission to live in the prosperity that is you. And that's beautiful. Okay. So your first card is the Queen of Wands. Now, this can also represent a fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius. But this is very much representing you, because we're doing this reading for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And this Queen of Wands is showing how you are learning to use, manipulate, control that bit of magic within you. And I'm not talking about hocus pocus magic or anything like that. I'm talking about the fact that every single human being on this earth was born with a bit of the divine, the universe, the God's head within them. I'm so sorry, I just sneezed. So what you are doing is you are learning to listen to yourself, to kind of calm your thoughts, calm your energy, and focus on that bit of divinity within yourself. Because my favorite story to represent the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands is the fact that in an old Hindi legend, it is said that the God's head was hidden within every single human being, because that was the one place that man would not look for it. They said, you know, that all the gods got together and they said, where should we hide the God's head? And some of them said, on the highest mountain. And the leader, Brahma, I believe, said, no, not there. Man will look there. He will climb the highest mountain. And they said, okay, in the deepest part of the sea. And he said, no, man will go to the deepest part of the sea. He'll find it there. One said, okay, out into space. He'll never go out into space. He said, yes, they will. Not in the coldest part of the land, not in the hottest part of the land. Man will always look there, will always look outward for the bit of the divine. Let us hide the God's head within every single man, because he will never think to look there. And the Queen of Wands is telling me to tell you to look within yourself, to follow your joy, your happiness, that bit of bliss. And it doesn't have to be that your bliss is something extraordinary, that is going to change the world. It's whatever brings you happiness, because living a happy, authentic, prosperous life changes the world, sets your vibrational resonance up, and starts changing the world around you. And you are now using and looking at that God's head. Think of the ancient witch Hecate being able to use your magic, being able to use your personal power, following your courage, following kind of this new day that's coming in, this new time, this new dawn, and knowing what it is that you want, what it is that you desire, and how it is that you want to move forward. Absolutely embracing that. embracing that truth and embracing that prosperity. That is what you are doing, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And that is what the Queen of Wands is telling me to tell you. You're using the wand kind of like as a focal point. Think of the wand as a meditative tool to sit there and focus on, to be able to bring your personal power up. And meditating would be absolutely fantastic for you. Now, if you're like me and you hate being still, then going for walks. There's meditation through movement. That is a form of meditation. Letting your mind wander. Letting your thoughts become still. And embracing that joy within you. Or embracing whatever it is that comes to the surface as you're letting yourself be honest with yourself. And then seeing your own personal power and how you can move forward. You have the Page of Pentacles. Now this represents an earth sign. It represents you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. It could also represent another earth sign coming into your life, a Capricorn or a Virgo. But again, we're focusing on you here. And this is you being a student of your passion, of your desire, of your prosperity. And I say passion and desire because here, we're working on the earthly realm here. We're not working so much on the spiritual realm. You're sitting there and saying, this is how I want my life to move forward. I want my life to start being mine. I want my life to start being true for me. Even if you have been, living for your joy and your happiness, you want to increase that joy. You want to increase that happiness. You want to increase that prosperity. And so you're turning inward. Again, you're hearing those messages. You're seeing the messages. Now, these could be spiritual messages, or these could be, physical messages. I mostly think that they're going to be spiritual messages that are coming to you as you're awakening yourself, as you're following your joy and your bliss, as you're learning and moving forward, because you're embracing your prosperity, what brings you wealth. And it doesn't have to be wealth. It's something you can value as much as money into your life. Looking at the pain and the sorrow that you have been through, remembering it, but not letting it define you. Because you have been through stuff, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Definitely. And you sit there, and now you're seeing, how can I use this? How can I use this to add prosperity to my life? Add joy and add happiness. And you're taking on a very youthful energy to moving forward. It's almost as if I can do anything. I can achieve, I can succeed. I am focused on the here and now, and I am bringing this prosperity into my life. And you are doing so with gusto, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And you go from being a student to being a master of it. That sorrow that was right in front of you, you weren't looking at it. If you see here, it's in the front. You weren't looking at it, but it was right there. That moves to the back. And what crowns you now is love, joy, happiness. I also think of this as a sign of the divine feminine. Whether you believe in that or not, it's cool, but it has that loving energy to you. That fact that you are being protected and being guided. Prosperity is coming into your life. It is. Whether it takes the form of wealth or something you value as much as money, whether it is in a big way or a small way, this is a general reading, and it's going to be different for every single one of you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. But you are embracing it. You are embracing your prosperity. You are embracing your wealth. You are embracing what you love in life. And you are also being seen as the person that people can go to, as, oh my gosh, you're so prosperous. How did you get there? How did you do this? A person whose opinion is valued. And it may be that you're still working on getting to that point, but you are achieving it. Whether it happens within these 11 days, or whether you set the ball rolling, you set the gears in motion for it to start to come into your life. It doesn't really matter. But you are embracing this prosperity. Do not be so caught up with time, because the cards aren't. Spirit doesn't see time the same way we do. It doesn't have this clock. It doesn't have the calendar pages slipping away. The seconds being judged. Release that constriction that you're putting on yourself. That things have to be done in a certain time, or else you're not making your goals and you're not achieving. Because that's not it at all. You are achieving. You have the Sun card here, the happiest card in the whole entire deck. You are achieving. You are succeeding. And you are living your authenticity. by knowing your power and knowing your worth. And you know it now, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. It isn't as if, you're questioning it or anything like that. And you do have the Tower card here, which is saying, okay, a karmic debt has been paid or is being paid. And it might feel as if everything got turned on its head. It could be large or it could be small. The Tower is going to be different, again, for every single one of you. It could be something big that is happening, something overwhelming in your life, and you sit there and you think, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get out of this. This is never going to end, for some of you. And for others of you, it's going to be misplacing your keys. And then sitting there and going, okay, you know what, really, now I'm always going to put my keys in the exact same spot, and I'm going to stop, leaving them all over the house. It could be as simple as that. Something that starts to change the way you do things. And I know that sounds like a lackluster way to describe the Tower card. But it's true. The Tower brings in a karmic debt. It brings up something that you have written on your life path that you have to learn and that you have to change about yourself. It doesn't have to be that you physically have to change it. It could be that you mentally have to change your outlook on things and sit there and say, you know what? I am looking at my prosperity, I'm looking at my worth, and I'm seeing that I am worth my weight in gold, because you are a Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. You are two queens here. Twice crowned, royal, moving forward on this earthly plane, embracing your desire for how you want your earthly existence to go, and embracing your prosperity. The fact that you keep your feet firmly planted on the ground, and you move forward with your intention, with your prosperity, logically and personally. And you're embracing this energy because this is the thunderstorm. This is when the clouds roll in and the sky turns gray and the rain comes down and everything becomes really quiet. And you listen to the rain, and it's also beautiful. But you can't really do anything, and it's aggravating. It makes driving more difficult. And then the clouds move on, and everything is a deeper, richer color. The grass is greener, the bark on the trees is darker, and you look around, and there's a new sense of beauty because you've been through this storm. There's a new sense of beauty that is coming into your life because you have been, oh goodness, through this storm, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And you have seen kind of the darker side of people, the people who sit there and say, oh my gosh, I'm your friend, I absolutely believe in you, you can do anything, and then talk out of the other side of their mouth or have their own agenda. And it's hurting, it's hurtful to see that happen and to experience that. But you're also learning that the main person that you can trust in life, and it might sound sad to say, but is yourself. And you are relying on your own personal power. There are going to be those handful of people that you can trust, and if you have a handful of people, you are astoundingly lucky. But you are embracing the fact that people have their own agenda. And you know what? You have yours now. And yours is living your best life. And yours is not being brought down by others. In a relationship, this could mean that you've had, bad luck with relationships. They haven't worked out. You could have been cheated on in the past. Your partner could have been, the type of person who likes to rip you down, take away your self-esteem, take away your self-worth. Now you are learning to celebrate yourself. And the people who aren't there, who aren't fully raising their glass to you, whose back is turned to us in this card, they don't matter. Because what matters is your own personal prosperity, your own personal happiness. Because we have here the Judgment card. This is you hearing your call, the call for what you desire. That joy, that happiness within yourself. In the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, it is an angel blowing his trumpet, awakening people from their coffins. So it's literally a part of you being hidden away. Or you could feel as if you've spent a lot of your life hidden away. Here it is a knight blowing his trumpet, awakening these knights to do what they were born to do. and that is to guard whales, because that's what these cards are all about. They're all about Welsh mythology. And what you are seeing is it correlates beautifully with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. You are seeing your personal talent, your personal joy, your personal prosperity be awakened. And now you are knowing more and more about what you are supposed to be doing with your life, of how you are supposed to be achieving your goals, about that, what is it? That path that all of us are born to follow. And I really do believe that every single one of us have a path, have things that we are supposed to be achieving in life and succeeding in, and a purpose that we were put here. Whether it is to be the best parent that you can be, or to create something new, or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But it's your truth. And now you're starting to hear that trumpet, and you're starting to realize that your truth matters. Your prosperity matters. And following that inner sense of, I am accomplishing my goals. I am accomplishing what I am put on this earth to do, even though you have had rocky times, and even though you have had people betray you and hurt you. You haven't been defeated, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Your clarifying cards, I mean, you have 4 major arcana cards and 3 court cards. This is a very powerful reading. These are the big things that are happening in these 11 days. So I really do feel as if you're moving past a time of tumult. You're following your inner sense of self, your inner wisdom, your inner purpose. You're really starting to believe in you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And then you have Temperance and the Sun card. So Temperance is finding your balance, going deeper and deeper into the spiritual. The angels right there alongside you. You knowing your truth. Overflowing with it. And then the Sun card. Moving forward in passion and in purity of intention, okay? Meaning that you are embracing your happiness. You're not sitting there being malicious or anything like that. You are saying, this is what makes me happy. This is my authenticity. This is my truth. This is my joy. And I'm moving forward in it. And the Sun, the new day, is crowning you. Now, the darker side to these cards is, as you are finding your balance, as you are finding your kind of footing within this world, in this balance between the spiritual and the earthly, you're going to have people be jealous of you. And as you're embracing your happiness, as you're embracing your joy, as you are hearing your passion and your call, and you're following your bliss, people are going to be jealous of you. People are going to sit there and wish you ill will. They're going to sit there as you start raising your vibrational level, as you start being authentically true to yourself, as you start following your joy, and finding that, you know, you could be finding in this time period that those who were once really close to you don't like being around you anymore because you're not on their level. You're not going to sit there and complain, and you're not going to sit there and, you know, say, woe is me. You're sitting there and saying, I'm changing this, and I am. I'm achieving, I'm succeeding, I am a masterpiece, and I'm embracing that truth. And they're not going to want to hear that. They're not going to want to hear that you're not miserable anymore. They're not going to want to hear that you have found your balance and that you're working towards your happiness. And they're going to try and cut you down. So be aware of that, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Because jealousy and envy are powerful emotions. Okay. No, leave that one there. This there. Time of hardship, over. It is coming to an end. It has ended. You are now a student of your own prosperity. There are people who are going to be jealous. They're going to want you to stay in this time of being down low instead of being risen up high, instead of being called to your true purpose in life. So just watch out for them, okay? Just know that you're not engaging. You're just going to step away, and you're going to do what's right for you because you are embracing yourself, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. The past, the pain, the hurt, it's in the past. You're remembering it. You're never going to kind of go down that road again. And you are being embraced by love and moving forward in prosperity and being seen as somebody who can help others be prosperous. But always remember, you take care of yourself first, and then you help other people, because it's no good to help everybody else at the expense of yourself. You're following your passion. You're following your bliss. You're learning about that joy within you and learning how to harness that inner magic, that bit of the divine, the God's head that lives inside of you. Moving forward in courage and embracing this new dawn. And now you have your call being answered. Sitting there and knowing your purpose. And whether you say, Dane, I don't know my purpose. I don't know what brings me joy and happiness. You're finding it. You're getting a step by step closer to it. Center yourself. Again, meditation is brilliant. Connecting with nature is going to really help recharge your battery. And sit there and think of what you love doing. Think of what you loved doing when you were younger. Okay? Because this is also youth. Okay? So think of what you love doing in your youth. Think of what brought you happiness. And it doesn't have to be that you start reconstructing your life to bring you prosperity through whatever it is that you love doing. Okay? It doesn't have to be that this becomes your form of income. It could be that this becomes your form of joy. This centering factor that could grow into something bigger. That could grow into you, moving forward in this way. Or starts opening up the doors to new ideas and new things, changing the way that you receive your wealth. Because you're looking at how you are conducting yourself in the here and now, and you're becoming stronger and better and more prosperous. You're finding balance, and you're embracing your true happiness. Again, just be aware of jealousy. Just be aware that not everybody has your back. Kind of keep things to yourself as you're moving forward. You don't have to share everything with everybody. And know that you are succeeding. And now we're going to look at your subconscious message. I love it. Another queen. The Queen of Cups. This is you moving forward in love. Love, joy, happiness. Sitting there and saying, and finding your peace. Finding that center within yourself. It could be that your emotions are raging. It could be that, you're sitting there and you're coming down off of this tower energy, and you could be saying, Dane, I don't even understand what you're saying, how such good fortune could come after such a terrible time. And remember, this doesn't have to be big. Everybody thinks in huge scales, in winning the lottery, moving to a mansion, everything like that, having fast cars. No, this could be something small, but just leads you to your happiness. And this is you embracing your happiness. Embracing your bounty, embracing your truth. Sitting there, and I really feel as if you let out a sigh of relief. At the end of September, you let out a sigh of relief, and you say, wow, I am moving forward in my love. I am moving forward in my happiness. I am moving forward in my prosperity, and no one can take this away from me. Because this all lives within you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And you are embracing it, and you are moving forward in it. And it's almost as if I am actually getting choked up, because it's almost as if you've been waiting so long for this, and it's finally here. It's your time to live in joy. And it's your time to live in the magic that is you, in your prosperity, in your happiness, in your abundance. And you're taking it, and you're moving forward. And the nastiness of other people, you know what? They can be as nasty as they want to be. You are still coming out on top. You are still represented here by 3 queens. By absolute power, absolute majesty, knowing your divine worth, knowing your divine right. Queens have the divine right to rule. That's the whole point of kings and queens. They're the divine right. You have the divine right to live your happiness, to live your joy, to live your prosperity. And I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness.